Hello there, and welcome to... Not tired. Smirk. To, SMP. We'll probably do an intro in a little bit, but for now... Yeah, let's get started. New world? Ooh, that looks cool. And, there's only one of us on right now, aside from me, but we'll probably get together in a little bit, do a new intro, and get started. So, we did do a recording session last night. It went fairly well, but we had a few issues, and so we've decided to restart the whole thing. We did have a very nice start, I will admit, because we had... we were in a gravel biome. There was copper everywhere, and there was borax, and yeah, we're just going to restart. We changed some of the settings. I'm going to do what I did last night, which is I'm going to build a log cabin over here as a spawn safety hut. Also, give players a place to grab things. Oh, look, we even have copper like right here, so that is going to be very beneficial. Give players a place to get some stuff set up. Have sticks, have flint, make some clay pots and whatnot so they can make themselves food. Just a spawn resource, you know? So the community can get started easier, or if you are having a particularly hard time, you would die a lot, you don't yet have a safe spawn place, you'll wind up someplace pretty safe. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the first little bit. I'm going to hop into Discord, see if anyone is, you know, what the plan is for a new intro recording session. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Alright, we've got a bit of progress done. Spawn is right there. We've got a treasure hunter right next to spawn. That makes it very convenient. And we've started making a... It's going to be a community area. I've got a community cabin built for all of us to hide in at night when it's dangerous out. Because, well, the other night we had apocalyptic rift activity. And I kid you not, there were about 30 rifts around here and hundreds of drifters. I'm surprised the server didn't crash with how many drifters were running around. But we've got a starter cabin. I'll put windows on eventually. I've got a fire pit there making up a crock pot, a cook pot, and some bowls. So we have abilities to cook food. We have some starter farms going up. We've got our berries. They're flattening out the area here. Going to be adding some medium fertility soil so we can actually like grow crops. So we're getting the starter stuff going. I've got a little bit of cooked food here because I've been starving the entire time since I've been focusing on building a house. But yeah, we got a good little start here. Let's see. We have myself, Arkwolf. We have Colhelio, Digby, Unga, therefore Bunga, and VG3A? VGA? I'll have links to their channel in the description so you can check them out in the future. And there we go. Getting a little bit of food. Since I, spent all my time building a house. So it's the next day, and I'm back on the server. I will go around and show you what we've done. We've played for about 8 hours. As you can see, it is now June 3rd, and of course we start on May 1st, so we are playing with 9-day months? Whatever the default is. But we are about to enter the Copper Age properly. We do have a pick that was gotten to us by Vega. Made up a hammer. Made up the hammer mold. And now we've got the anvil about to be made, and we got some ingot mold, so we can actually properly make copper tools. We have a little bit of brown coal that we found out while exploring. We have a very basic hut that I built, log cabin. It's really just we're gonna have a spawn village. This is of course spawn. This cabin is we have to hide from the many drifters and bowtorn that stalk us at night, and so this is where we hide. As you see, did make up some basic survival stuff, some crocks, some bowls, cook pot, crucible, the very basics. We've got a little bit of exploration that we've done. Well, all the members have done. I haven't really done much exploring. I spent most of my time building the house. But come the morning, I will show you around a bit. First, I do want to get this done. So we can have the anvil ready. And yeah, just make everyone copper tools. We have a bit of copper left over. Quite a bit of copper left over. That's, what, 6.5 ingots worth of copper? I think the plan is I'm going to make some more tool racks. Have all of our copper tools on the wall here. And for now, we're just going community tools. We have one community house. We have one community farm. And we have a community animal pen back that way. The inspiration behind how we're going to be doing everything is kind of like an early Hermitcraft, early Minecraft, Yogscraft kind of deal. Community spawn village, and then everyone's going to have their own base. I haven't 100% decided what I want to do for my base. I've also not explored enough to know where I want my base. It's probably not going to be too far away from spawn. I'll worry about that in the future. For now, we're just getting the basics of survival figured out. We are playing modded. It is not heavily modded, but we do have things such as expanded food and culinary artillery. The step up mod, which allows you to step up a 1 block high block without having to jump. So that's useful. It makes 1 block high differences act like a slab. We also have 1 person sleep, so we don't need everyone to climb in bed to sleep. 1 person can sleep away the night. I don't know what the settings are on that, if we have to have it set to like everyone has to agree or what, but we do have that. There we go. Got our crucible, so let's make our anvil. This is of course going to be a community anvil. I have to go collect the resources to make a community forge. But yeah, I figure, you know, 1 anvil, one forge. Everyone can use it here for now, and then once we're all set, we can all head out on our own and start building our own bases. But now that it's at least a little bit lighter out, if not necessarily safer out with all the drifters around, let's grab one of the spears. Let's look at what we got. Where is he? I hear him making noise. So we got we've got a trader right next to spawn. I think I mentioned that already. He's a treasure hunter. That'll make life a lot easier for us. We got, of course, the log cabin that I spent most of yesterday building. And we've got the farm that Coolio made. We don't have a saw yet, so we can't make a bucket to fill this with water. So I was just watering everything before I got jumped by drifters. But we've got a nice collection of fruit, not fruit, vegetables and grain. So we're going to have a good supply of food to get us started. Quite a bit of flax. So, again, good start. We've got a bunch of tree cuttings. Obviously, you see we've got a whole ton of berries. That was mostly Coolio. And then over here, Digby was collecting us animals. We've got some boar. We had a piglet. It may have grown up already. We've got some sheep. And we got a few chickens. Well, just hens for now. Again, no lumber, no boards, so we can't make the troughs, we can't make the hen boxes. So that's kind of what we were rushing for the anvil to get. But now that we've got the anvil, we just need to cool down. I need to go make a forge. And we can make ourselves, like I said, one of every tool. Just have them up on here. People help themselves to it. And then we gotta go find ourselves some tin, so we can actually move into the Bronze Age. Have not found tin yet. I don't think anyone has. But we are lucky. We found fire clay just to the northwest there in a bauxite biome. There is coal, copper, there's a meteor. So I mean we've got plenty of resources, we just need to find them. And of course, like I said, treasure hunter, so I think he has... Does he have bronze picks? I forget. No, he takes picks. He doesn't have picks. He is magically floating there. I like this. We've got the anvil before I finished making all the molds. So the molds are already semi obsolete. I think everyone will be building homes around here for a spawn village. It's not just going to be my little log cabin that looks terrible, especially with the roof like that. I need to do another layer of roofing. It's been a fun start. And as we cook up a bit more food, our copper anvil is done. I went out and picked up some stones so we can make our forge. There we go. Made a hunter's backpack, so we have just a little bit more inventory space. Toss that there. Grab these. And I think since we have a pick, we have a hammer. First tool I'm going to make now is going to be a saw. And I guess a prospector's pick just to round out. Oh, you know what? This pick is getting low on durability. I think I'll make another pick. Did not mean to pick that up. I meant to pick that up. And that. Oh, word to the wise. The first time I built this cabin, I put our bonfire, or pit kiln inside the hut. I had it about here, 3 blocks away from the wall. That was not far enough. The whole thing burnt down. I had to rebuild it. So yeah, it's not worth it. Always make sure your pit kiln is nice and far away from your hut. Otherwise, you will be hutless. And like that, we've got planks, so I can put some water in these farm fields so I don't have to run around constantly watering them. Not just me, but no one else has to worry about running around constantly watering them. And can I put this on a fence too? I can. Nice. And I also made up some troughs. I'm not going to put them inside the pens for now. I'm just going to leave them outside. I don't know if Digby wants to set them up somewhere specifically, but there. Now we've got troughs. And of course we put nice tall fences on so we don't have to worry about bears getting in there and eating our chickens and our sheep and our pigs and all of our other food. It's our food, not the bear food. And oh, we also have the food shelves mod, so we can make things like, I don't have enough boards. I can make a shelf and then be out of board, so I need to go get more lumber. And then we can make like the seed shelf, so we can stack all of our excess seeds over there and not clog up our inventory. Someone, not sure who, made up a skep and populated it. I made up a second skep, and now that that's done, it is now in our ceramic hive. So we now have renewable honey until we set up some Langstroth hives. We've expanded our very meager pit kiln area, and if we go inside, we dug out a very little cellar for storing some of our food. So now we have a decent shelf life on most of this stuff. We don't have to worry about cooking it as soon as we collect it, else it goes bad. I do have a couple shelves down there, and we've got a bit of food up here for now. But yeah, I'm going to just got some fire clay, so I'm going to make us a clay oven. Gonna start baking bread and that sort of stuff. Pies. Good food. I think I have enough fire clay. I grabbed just over a stack. It is a little hard to see though. There we go. Should have probably built this inside. It would have been a little bit easier to see what I was doing. Oh, and we just survived our first rift storm too. Which is... It is interesting what happens to text when you are going through a rift storm. You know, I just remembered. Why am I doing this outside? It's a clay oven. It doesn't need to be fired. You fire it by cooking with it. Ah, well. There's a very real possibility I did not grab enough clay. Yep. Okay, well, back out I go. And now I just went out with one of the community picks we've made up, and I'm collecting some stones so we can make a quern. Because now that we have the stove, we can start making bread. We kind of need a quern to grind the grain into flour. And since I don't mind, I might as well just do it now, right? I'm sitting here, why didn't that break? Right, I needed the bottom. There we go. We only needed 4, right? Yes, and then I need to go make a chisel. Is there anything down here worth noting? Not that I can see. I'm going to just run around exploring a bit more too. So I don't remember if I mentioned this already. The world, our home continent here, was pretty much just dropped in from another pre-gen world. So I've actually reached the edge of the world. And to the south, and technically to the east. So now I'm just going to head a bit... Where am I? West? Right, just hang a bit west. See what we got over here. Still looking for a good place to set up home. Not sure... I mean, there's some awesome terrain. But I mean, that's just par for the course with this game, right? Vintage Story has some beautiful world gen. I just... don't know what or where I'm going to be setting up home. However, I think I have decided on what type of base I want to build. And I'm thinking Hobbit Hole from Lord of the Rings. Go rewatch the first Lord of the Rings, get a little inspiration, and try to build Frodo Baggins's hut. Hobbit hole, whatever you want to call it. Should be able to do that fairly well with the chisel mod. We do have chisel tools in this playthrough on this server. I'd be disappointed if we didn't, because there's just so much you can do with it. And then we do have a few builders joining us in a little bit of time. They're currently working on other videos, but they'll be joining us when they're ready. And so having things like the chisel tool mod will just allow them to make some really cool builds. So can't wait to see what they've got planned or in store. In the meantime, yep, I'm just exploring and collecting grain, since we need more stuff. I mean, it just looks awesome, but I'm not building into the side of a mountain. At least not yet. I'm gonna find some nice rolling hills where I could put, like, multiple hobbit holes into the side of. I might need to do a lot of terraforming for that. Not something I'm looking forward to, because I am not particularly good with making organic builds. You know, with terraforming, my terraforming looks very artificial, so I don't tend to do it much. But if I can't find a good location, I might have to make a good location. Up, there's Papa or Mama. I'm gonna keep running. Okay, it's not perfect, but I like this area. I'm going to have to terraform it a bit. I think I mentioned the starting continent, quote unquote, that we're living on was ripped from another world and dropped in. So we do have some wonky terrain borders. That said, we're close to this body of water, which can easily be connected to the ocean. We've got this body of water over here. I want to make a river because if you don't know, the is it called Hobbiton? Hobbiton? In the Shire. The town where the hobbits live in the Shire has a river running through it. So I do want to build a river since we don't have the river gen mod. And if we do that, and we can start terraforming the land here to allow us to have a windmill and hobbit holes, and also, okay, so in the movie, every hobbit lived in a hobbit hole. In the lore, only the wealthy hobbits lived in hobbit holes. Your lower income hobbits actually lived in like Victorian style houses, of all things. So, or maybe closer to Tudor style houses, but you get the idea. So I think I like this area for building a hobbit village. I think it'll look nice. We do have some nice views to our south, to our north. And like I said, we're close to the water, so we'll be able to build a dock, take our boat out. Either direction doesn't matter, and be able to explore that way. So yeah, I think I like this. I'm going to just star this on the map. And yep, there we go. I like it. I forgot to record an outro. So let's do this right now. I will have all the other members' infos linked in the video description. So if you want to check out their videos, their perspectives, by all means, please do. And I think next time we're going to start gathering resources and heading up to plan out our build. It is going to be a big process, but it should be fun. I'm excited to see. I'm excited to give it a go. I did. So we've had no luck finding tin until I spent a few hours exploring the south, and I found probably all the tin down there. So I don't think anyone's gotten to collect it yet, so that might be something we do next time also. Until then, thank you for joining me today. I hope you've all had a wonderful day. Thank you to my channel members for your support, and I'll see you next time. Later.